Who, what are you? Can you think your way into knowing who you are, or must you remember? If you're able to, do this with me. Look at your hand. Move your hand. Now ask yourself, what moved it? The body? The mind? Are you your body? Are you your mind? The body can't move without the mind, right? But if you can become aware of your mind, then you can't be your mind either. So who, what are you? Now that your brains are oozing out of your ears trying to make sense of that, that is the moment I want you to remember as I take you along my journey into radical kindness. Einstein said, energy cannot be created or destroyed, only changed from one form to another. So even in combustion, energy remains. It simply shifts form. Well, what does that say about you then? Aren't you infinite, merely witnessing this human experience? And wouldn't it be true then that you are beyond thought, identity, and even space and time itself? So why come here as newborn humans forgetting this? Perhaps because the journey of remembrance is profound, and that experience alone might be worth lifetimes of forgetfulness. When you remember who and what you really are, doesn't it remind you that you're part of something greater? Maybe like cells in a body, we're each here in this form to contribute to the expansion of something. And doesn't it seem then that our problems shrink? Can you witness them instead of becoming them? In 2023, my life fell apart. I lost my marriage, a loved one, and then later my dog of 17 years. In the midst of that grief, I experienced something that woke me up. It made me feel like I had completely lost my mind. But I soon discovered that that was the point. I had nothing logical to make sense of what happened, yet it struck this deep knowing, a remembrance within me. Then every role, identity, and mask dissolved. I knew for certain I wasn't any of it. Yet I had lived an entire lifetime attached to these ideas. It was daunting, like a death, but also a relief, like falling backwards off a cliff, but trusting I'd be held, surrendering to the fall. I am a survivor of childhood sexual abuse and assault, and I composed music to survive it. I believed if I could help others in the ways that I wasn't helped, then maybe I'd be worth something. That belief led me to religion, rebellion, policing, then activism. Different roles, same survival. Even my music. I became a one-woman circus playing multiple instruments at once. Drums with my feet, piano, guitar, melodica, singing, and leading a 9-piece band behind me. But it was all a distraction because I believed I wasn't enough without it. Have you ever sabotaged your success because you didn't feel worthy enough to receive it? That was me. My self-worth was non-existent, and I was attached to this idea that I was still a victim of something. So I attracted situations and systems that harmed me in familiar ways. I couldn't see beyond survival. I realized I had always been running from the past out of fear or chasing the future, hoping for a better tomorrow. But these are both illusions because they don't exist in the present moment. And that realization changed me. I stopped banishing the dark parts of myself and sat with them in compassion. I became accountable without punishment. I began to call this process radical kindness. And soon it spilled out into how I saw the world. I started showing kindness to those I once condemned. You see, we live in duality. We measure everything between two extremes: hot, cold, good, bad, flight, fight, us, them. Einstein stated, "We have two contradictory pictures of reality. Separately, neither of them fully explains the phenomena of light. But together they do." In politics today, we are separated by a far left and a far right. Is hatred caused by the attachment to one extreme? Do we cling to extremes out of fear? And is that fear greater than our ability to recognize when we should detach from a side? When it goes against the very morals and values we claim to have? This is why I believe criticize institutions, criticize governments, because they represent ideas that should grow and should change. But when we condemn entire groups of people, don't we mirror the same contempt and rigidity we claim to oppose? Kindness doesn't mean condoning harm. But how can one see their own darkness if it's met with anger and hatred? Why would the human mind or heart reveal itself to an enemy? Does this extremism simply reflect what we refuse to integrate within ourselves? Maybe personal chaos creates collective chaos. Maybe we hate because that which we hate is actually a mirror of what we hate about ourselves. Don't we each have a responsibility to own that? to nurture it? By doing this inner work, can we heal ourselves to avoid becoming the very thing we claim to stand against? Maybe the extremism we see in the world today is exactly what's needed to inspire us to do something differently, to go within, to recognize the extremism within ourselves, to sit, listen, and be seen, especially when it's most uncomfortable. Could that be how we soften this hardened world? Could it begin with each of us? Can we really solve the world's problems without first looking at our own? How can we expect the world to change if we refuse to change ourselves? How are you acting out of survival? What daily thoughts, emotions charge you? What are you obsessed with that's not right here in this moment now? Hopes and fears. Must you survive something right now? If so, of course, do so. If not, ask yourself, what is trying to survive, and survive what exactly? What came before the story that you told that you must be afraid? Can you sit with the parts of you that you hide and meet them with radical kindness? Can you love and forgive yourself? Because none of it, good or bad, is who you are. When you can let all of this go, you can become no one and nothing here. And in becoming no one and nothing, you can finally see yourself in everyone and in everything, remembering that we are that phenomena of light. Again, if you can, look at your hand. You are not your body. You are not your mind. Allow it all to fall away, and from that place, you can bring that light, compassion, and radical kindness that you and this world so desperately needs. Remember, before you had something to survive, remember who you are.